Hello guys, how's it going? My name is Dalram, and in this video we will go over how to effectively swap on healers as a rogue, or let alone any class. Now before I get into the video, this video isn't really all about what you do as a rogue, because your swaps are basically the same no matter who you swap on. But if anything, feel free to swap on healers with a kidney shot by Assassination Rogues, cheap shot Shadow Dance with Subtleties, and Between the Eyes for Outlaw. But this video is more about what to watch out for from the healer's actions and buffs when it comes to making your swaps. This video is more about describing what conditions you're looking for and which conditions are best for setups when it comes to swapping to different healers, when it's right time to swap, and how to do it effectively. First things first, what is a swap? A swap is when you're hitting one target and then you decide to run a train on a whole nother target, usually with big cooldowns with intentions to take them down. Swaps are great because they will either force necessary cooldowns like defensives, trinkets and such, or in the best case scenario you will take out the healer in a single swap. Do enough of those effectively and you should eventually win your PvP encounters, whether they are battlegrounds or arenas. Let's take a look at some healers in the game and see what makes them crack. Now when it comes to priests, you don't really have any specific rules when to swap on them. Priests are generally free game, you can swap on them whenever you wish. Although it is best to wait and swap on them when they don't have all of their absorbs up, because that means more health in order to take the brunt of the damage. But there's no specific stipulations regarding priests. For the most part you can just swap on them whenever you want to, and in most cases you will get some kind of a cooldowns out of them. If you ever see a holy priest for any reason in PvP, be sure to watch out for the ability of Fade. Greater Fade makes it so that these guys dodge things, which is not really fun to deal with. And when I say dodge things, that means they dodge physical and magical abilities. So even if you're a paladin with a magical hodge, they will still dodge it either way, which can mess up your combo altogether, and that doesn't really feel all that fun either. Besides Fade, these guys don't really have much else to stop your swaps, so just be sure to watch out for Fades, and when you are going for swaps, make sure Fade isn't up and running on the priest. Druid swaps. Now, it is integral that you do not swap on a druid when they are in bear form. These bastards can have literally no hots on them, but because they are in bear, they will survive your damage, guaranteed. What you want to do with druids is let them maintain their hots, like let's say you're sitting on a friendly target that the druid is trying to heal. Let them put up their hots, and then when they go in bear, they'll eventually need to leave bear form to refresh those hots, so when the druid leaves bear form, that's when you want to make a swap. And they will have abilities like bark skin to try to reduce the damage they take, but compared to in bear form, their human form takes so much damage that in most cases you'll still be able to score a kill. So just simply watch out for druids and try to catch them when they're outside of bear. Paladin swaps. It is a common rule that paladins aren't great to swap on because of bubbles, which can make you as a player feel like there's no point of hitting them if they're simply going to go invincible mode when they drop to low health. Contrary to popular belief, forcing bubble is actually a good thing in PvP, because it means they won't have the same bubble in the future against you in the next swap. Paladins can be swapped to whenever, and they're especially juicy for dot-based classes. They have Hand of Sacrifice, which will mark a target, a friendly target, and transfer damage from them to the paladin instead. If you have dots on the paladin and his sacrifice target, it's almost like you're slapping him with dots twice the strength. Very strong if the paladin doesn't expect it. If anybody's ever played in previous expansions, you would remember this saying, train blue, collect points. Rest of Shamans used to be very trainable, but in Legion they're a lot tankier. The two things to watch out for Shamans when it comes to making swaps on them is the Earth Shield Totem, which absorbs a partial of the damage that they take, so while they're inside the totem, it's basically no point of hitting them, and there's no point of killing the totem because it is also just as tanky. And also Earth Shield. It is best to force DPS on a friendly target that the Shaman is trying to heal, wait for them to swap the Earth Shield on them, then make a swap on the Shaman when they're completely off without any kind of Earth Shields whatsoever. Monk swaps. Monks are very mobile, very nimble, and very versatile, but they're great to swap onto literally any time. These guys are basically fair game. They will probably have some strong recovery after your swap though. They might even be able to pop trinkets and run away, or simply take a ton of damage and fully recover. They might even use the wall to try to predict your swap, but these guys eventually crack. These guys don't really have anything major to stop their damage except for Cocoon, which is a massive cooldown that they have to blow, but they don't have things like Bark Skin to stop a stun. So monks are usually pretty good as long as you can catch up to them, and if you're not a mobile class, well then good luck. I hope you guys found this video very helpful. Swaps are very effective, especially in the expansion of Legion, and all three specs of rogues can do it effectively, and other classes of course, so it takes only a little bit of a lineup to make it happen. So feel free to practice swaps in places like battlegrounds and arenas, because those are probably the best places to really sharpen your skills and nail down swaps. Thank you guys so much for watching, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next video.